Alright, let's get started. First off, install batteries for the torches. This is wide angle. Wide angle, I use the more permanent diffuser. Now, I want the diffuser to fit in nicely, so I can take the inner parts and fit it through. Gets a bit fiddly sometimes. Okay, so that should fit over. Ah, I see. So these two lights, okay, so what I want to do now, okay, lights away. I want to put one light here, somewhat permanent. So this is what I could do, but I think what I did wrong. more correct. Yeah, you can see where I'm getting it. Okay, the wide angle video like this here. Now it's about to take shape. I don't need you. Now, what I have is this comes down here, and I tighten this down a lot so that the video light is pretty much dedicated for the camera. I'm holding the camera here. Once I want to shoot, this one is always at the ready. Now this one will have to be adjusted a little bit more. Let's have this come up a little bit more. Yeah, more vertical, but this can still rotate down. That's better. And you come out to the other half here. Okay, so with this setup, see, these are my standalone lights if I dive without a camera. With something like that, I am able to shoot one-handed with both subjects lighting accordingly. So imagine I have a subject there. This would be how I look at it. But what are these for? Well, I found that the light, the shadow caused by a single video light was a bit harsh. So I softened it, and it's a lot softened, and it's a lot weaker, honestly. But it's okay for macro. Macro is what this is for. And this one is a spot. Now, how will I use a spot in such a way? I will squeeze and detach and search for things. When I do want to shoot, I reattach, lock it up, diffuser on, and I shoot. Now this one is a bit more harsh because the spot does point a brighter spotlight in the front, as you can see there. So the next upgrade would be to possibly change out these lights. Okay. Another option is just to use one of this with this. This is the roll bar mount. Let me demonstrate. So I orientate it so that this part is pointing forward. You can see how there's a curve here. Yeah, this curve points forward. So we want the camera to point forward that way. Tighten it up a bit. It makes this torch look very busy, but this is my checkout dive setup when I don't want to burden myself with too much gear. So cinch that down all the way. It will bend the plastic a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. Okay, so GoPro comes off and touches up here. This metal thing is really tight. Doesn't matter though, GoPro doesn't move anywhere. So I will also take out this light. Spot this one side. Ouch. Okay. So I do like to have this simple setup. Now by doing something like this, you are able to, oops, it's a bit loose, everything's a bit loose. Let's tighten this one up. Tighten this one up. So when you do shoot, you can shoot like that, holding that there. This is okay to secure, but if you don't trust that, I do like to put a bolt snap around here when I'm exiting the water. So this setup allows your camera to sit pretty close to the ground. So if your subject is here, you can light it up like that. And then you have a separate light this is the light you've been searching for things. After you found it, you put on the cap and you add fill light wherever you require. Yeah. So this is a nice convenient setup for GoPro. Usually my light is this is a bit of the wrong side, should be facing down so it doesn't get in the way. Yeah. So you can use this as a mini tripod, shoot group photos like that. Maybe you gotta offset it a bit. Yeah, shoot little group selfies. Pop that on, straighten it up, and you're good to go. Combo shots. Okay, so what do I do for the lights? Let's jump back just to lights. Take these out. Okay, welcome to 2 average dive torches. These are from Dive Gear Express, bought many years ago. These are the ones with the simple button at the back. Now, one is a video light. You can see from the white cover. So this spreads out the beam. You can see shadow is very clearly a video light. The other is a spotlight. So yeah, this is what you use to find things. Now, because this shadow is a bit harsh, you can see I added on a diffuser to soften out the shadows. Now how do you keep this on? Is with a removable zip tie. Listen to that. There is a button here you can press. Button just releases it. So you don't have to use a reusable one, releasable one, but it surely does help. What is this? I have no idea where I got this from, but this, as people in Singapore might recognize, or Southeast Asia, people in Southeast Asia might recognize, is from sesame sauce. I gotta change this audio, man. Anyway, I put in 2 little tails and cinch it down. Might not go all the way the first time, but you want to put on the cover, move the bands to the side, and then cinch it down some more. There you have it. Removable. So if you want to light someone else's shot, using this is pretty good. If you're coming in for something smaller, then using this is better. This is what I like. Why I came up with this was because I only had one light before, this. And how do you make a spotlight work for video? Is to add a diffuser. This is a DIY diffuser, and though many places sell it, they sell really nice ones. None really work the way I wanted it to. It's a bit fiddly, not the easiest thing, but honestly, once I put this on at the start of a trip, once I cinch this down, I don't touch it till I go back, till I keep all my gear. Again, move the bands to the side and then tighten. You want to make sure that these knots don't come here, just to make sure they're more secure. and there's no risk of it slipping out, because sometimes you can press this, you press this and it releases a little bit, so gotta just tighten it up. So demonstration, you have a spot, pop this on, and it's a wide one. Together you can see the difference. It's quite a difference. Let's get a subject. So video light, spotlight, which is what most people have. How do you shoot with this? You have a subject here, you usually do that. Oh, you usually do that. Keep the light part to shine on your subject. Or maybe you have a video light, then you do that. But if you want to softer shadows, do this. And with two lights, you do this. I like that a bit better. Ooh, look at the scratches. So that's pretty much how one can have options.